Hello and welcome to Atlanta's Culinary Fight Night, where cooking and competition collide. Thank you for joining us. I'm Andrew Hammond.
And I'm Callie Franklin. We are just about ready to kick off tonight's competition. You can feel the anticipation in the air as our chefs get their teams together and the guests arrive at the beautiful Lucky Lounge in downtown Atlanta, Georgia. Things are about to get fierce.
Absolutely, Callie. So without further ado, let's tune in and see what we can expect from tonight's spectacular event.
Culinary Fight Night is a series of monthly competitions designed to provide local chefs a unique opportunity to showcase their culinary skills under the spotlight of a live audience. What makes it more challenging is the list of secret ingredients the chefs must incorporate into their dishes. Our contenders will prepare 3 courses while incorporating any one of the secret ingredients in each course. Dishes will be judged in 3 areas: taste, creativity, and plating. Only one contender will have what it takes to be crowned Culinary Fight Night champion and be awarded top prize.
Tonight's contenders are Chef Anthony Mashi, who heads up the blue team, and Chef Gardner, who heads up the red team.
Before we get started, let's get a little background info on tonight's judges. Our first judge is Mr. Les Adolinghi, CEO of Fusebox Inc. Our second judge is resident chef and author Miss Jenny McCormick. Our next judge is last month's Culinary Fight Night champion, Chef Maria Andrade. Our next judge is president of the Ludacris Foundation and Luda's mother, Roberta Shields. Our next judge is author and CEO of TC Publishing Group, Tanetta Chester. Our final judge is actor-comedian Tommy Ford, who is not yet arrived. And there you have it. Those are tonight's judges. And now, Andrew, give them what they want, tonight's 3 secret ingredients.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, now that we know who the judges are, it's time to unveil tonight's 3 super secret ingredients. The first secret ingredient, and I'm not too happy about this, but it's sardines. The second ingredient, it's going to be interesting to see how they use this, eggplant. And finally, the third ingredient, and this totally makes up for the sardines, beer.
Wow, interesting list of ingredients. I can't wait to see what the chefs come up with. Well, looks like it's time for round 1 to begin. Here we go. In addition to showcasing local culinary skills, Culinary Fight Night is also designed to raise funding for local and national nonprofit organizations. A portion from tonight's proceeds will benefit the Ludacris Foundation, helping youth help themselves.
And the red team comes out hard. Chef Gardner of the red team looks like he's whipping up some dim sum to get things going, while Chef Mashi of the blue team decides to go with a grilled squid. And it seems the judges can't wait to get a taste of these dishes.
As usual, our chefs sit down at the end of the round with Judge McCormick to defend their decisions.
Starting out with your appetizer, Anthony, your chilled salad, it's celery, squid. Were there some sardines in there too?
There were, yes, there were some sardines.
You were impressed with that?
I would have rather, well, my original idea was to take the sardines, puree them, strain them, and then add that to my fish sauce that I'd made. But once I put them in the food processor, they didn't fare so well. So
you adapted, right? You adapted and moved on. How about the fried eggplant? There was some question among the judges as to whether or not that was supposed to be cold or was it hot?
The eggplant?
The eggplant.
It was supposed to be.
It was fried.
My idea was a crouton.
Anthony Mashi, round 1 scores. Taste, 35. Creativity, 48. Plating, 57, for a total score of 140 points.
The appetizer, we had 3 things going on that plate. Presentation, I was hearing feedback from the judges, impressive, really, really nice. What kind of spices did you have in that spring roll? Because it did have a bit of a kick to it.
It had spicy chicken or spicy Chinese sausage. That brings a lot of kick to it. The eggplant was roasted with a little Szechuan pepper, and probably all those together made it, a little kick, a little bounce. Like my food to speak when you eat it.
Chef Gardner, round 1 scores. Taste, 46. Creativity, 49. Plating, 49, for a total score of 144.
So there you have it. Round 1 was very exciting, and I'm personally always amazed at what these chefs come up with on the spot like this.
It really is something amazing to watch. That wraps up the appetizers, and now we're going to my favorite part of the night, the entrees. Round 2 begins right now. Let's go. Looks like things are about to heat up in this round. Chef Mashi is cooking up a drunken chicken, which is an interesting choice. And Chef Gardner gets creative with the shredded pork shoulder.
What would you say to some feedback from the judges that perhaps the chicken and rice dish was a little on the simple side, maybe not quite as ambitious in terms of just complexity? You were deliberately going for something maybe a little bit more simple there. Did hear a little bit of feedback that maybe you could have been a little more inventive perhaps with your flavors on that dish. Any ideas there, any feedback there?
I'd have to agree with them. I could have been a little more inventive, but sometimes you're a little better off to play it on the safe side than to do something, to step away from what you really don't know. And I feel as though doing something like this isn't the time for me, to learn what to do and what not to do.
Anthony Mashi, round 2 scores. Taste, 44. Creativity, 45. Plating, 47. For a total score of 136.
Jeff, a little bit of feedback we got from the judges that in terms of the heat in the entree, particularly the fried rice, you had quite a bit of power going on there, quite a bit of kick. Did hear a little from the judges that perhaps it maybe overpowered the rice just a little bit, may have been a little too intense, maybe kind of dominated the flavors in that sense. How do you feel about that? I know you were going for a decidedly Asian kick, and I understand that. Think you might have ever done it slightly on that dish?
I believe we did a great job on it. People's palates, you can't always read them. So, sure, if you went to Asia, you had some dishes there that'd be a lot spicier than that one was.
Jeff Gardner, round 2 scores. Taste, 47. Creativity, 48. Plating, 40. For a total score of 135.
Oh wow! Looks like Judge Tommy Ford decided to show up. Thank goodness, it's officially on and popping.
Hey Les, sorry about that, buddy.
No
Just got off
problem.
work, man.
Got off work? You don't have a job, Tommy.
Watch your mouth, Les. Watch it. How you doing, my friend? Good to see you.
Well, you missed the first courses, and I got to tell you what, red team killed it.
Really? It wasn't even close?
Wasn't close. Amazing.
Ladies and gentlemen, round 2 was very intense. The audience is loving it. Entrees are one of the most important parts of any meal. Looks like it's gonna be a very tight race. We're just about ready to go to the 3rd round and final round. What are you thinking, Andrew?
Callie, I'm thinking I'm glad not to be a judge for tonight's competition because they have a lot to think about. And from what I've heard, the scores are very close. So let's get started with round 3, desserts.
Let's move on to the dessert. Okay, so was that a conscious effort on your part to endear yourself to the female judges by including molten chocolate cake?
Well, actually, if you looked at the wording on the menu, it was warm chocolate cake,
Warm
and
chocolate,
I
okay.
covered my rear end because they have a tendency to overcook, and then you have more of a fudgy brownie. So if I had put molten chocolate cake and it came out as a brownie, we're in trouble. But if it's warm chocolate cake and it comes out a little molten, well, nobody's going to complain.
Yeah. So a little forethought into
Yeah.
the naming of
And then just, you know, the theme was Asian American, so I figured a little ginger into the creme anglaise, a little chili with chocolate.
Anthony Mashi, round 3 scores. Taste, 59. Creativity, 57. Plating, 57. For a total score of 173.
Now moving on to your dessert, once again something I hadn't had before, with green curry donut, right? And right offhand, I can't say that necessarily sounds appetizing, but you managed to pull it off. I noticed you had almost a cinnamon sugar coating on the outside, but you said that was an Asian 5-spice. Is that correct?
It's 5-spice, but one of the 5 spices is cinnamon.
People forget that. They think of it, the spiciness of it, or the savory side of it.
They think it's too pungent or something. So it was basically a cinnamon sugar coating on the donut on the outside. It was like donuts and cream.
Jeff Gardner, round 3 scores. Taste, 50. Creativity, 47. Plating, 40. For a total score of 137.
So that's the end of round 3. Interesting comments from our judges. And now the moment we've all been waiting for. The chefs are back from their one-on-one meeting with Jenny McCormick. And now it's time to head on over and announce tonight's winner.
Judge number 6, red team 48, blue team 49, Culinary Fight Night champion for October, Chef Anthony Maschke.
Tonight's Culinary Fight Night champion is Chef Anthony Maschke.
Good job, guys, man. Good job, man. We'll do it again, man.
Please visit culinaryfightnight.com for more information on all of our events. And in leaving, if you're a chef and you think you're the best, come put it to the test on the next Culinary Fight Night.